Take a look at that view. It was here. King Aegeus looked out to sea, waiting for his son to return. Another victim of the cruel tricks gods play on men.
No, thank you.
Mr. Dunleavy?
I think you get the wrong one.
I represent some very unhappy clients. I'm just here for the money.
Chester?
Oh, God.
I have a friend. He might know somebody that could help you out.
I'd certainly make it worth your while.
I'm sure it's not just the money.
I think he's also got a thing for you.
You keep a diary?
Yeah, it's just notes from my work.
Anything about me and Chester?
It's all over the news. You have to turn yourself in.
They'll arrest you as an accomplice. Guess you must have thought of that, or you would have gone to the cops.
You have no idea what I'm thinking.
Why would you lie for him?
I didn't do it for him.
See what he's doing? He's trying to tear us apart.
What do you want me to do?
I just want to go home.
Truth is, we're joined at the hip.
I bet you wish you never met us.
Now look at you. A real criminal.
I really like this trailer. Now, full disclosure, I am a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. He is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. Rear Window has a permanent spot in my top 3 films of all time, and I just think he was supremely talented, and I don't understand why nobody else has tried to, follow in his footsteps. Of course, nobody wants to copy another person's work, but at least take some more inspiration from him. He had just such a glamorous, viewpoint, and not just, his famous quote is that cinema is not a slice of life, it's a piece of cake, but one that could, I'm going to add this here, but that could poison you. Just a fantastic filmmaker, and if you are not familiar with his body of work, that's unfortunate, and you should fix that. So I love that this film just seems so much to be in the style of his work. And of course, it comes from Patricia Highsmith, based on her writings. She did The Talented Mr. Ripley, but Alfred Hitchcock was also a fan of her work. Strangers on a Train was based on her writings as well, and I think that's one of the reasons that you see such a strong correlation in the feel of the film. But of course, this director, it's his directing debut. It's Hossein Amini. He's a screenwriter, a very interesting body of work, The Wings of the Dove, Drive, but yet also Snow White and the Huntsman. I think that he seems to be quite talented, and I think it's great to see someone who took their time making the leap to the director's chair, but when they got there, they were prepared. Now, of course, obviously, he also has a fantastic cast. It's great to see Viggo Mortensen, returning in such a high-profile role. He's been a little bit on the fringes lately. He hasn't made a movie like this in a couple of years. I think he has a good eye for material. Of course, I think people are very aware of The Road, A History of Violence, of course, Eastern Promises. But I think this looks like not only another good choice for him, but a little bit of a different choice. I like seeing him in this more romanticized, more leading man type role. He usually, I think, tends to think of himself as a character actor, and he has the chops, but I think he should utilize his whole range of talents and not just pigeonhole him in something he would like to say that he is rather than what he can contribute. Oscar Isaac, this is a great role for Oscar Isaac. And I think it's great that he's not going to leap directly into Star Wars from Inside Llewyn Davis. He'll have another little shot here to show his acting chops and to define himself with audiences before he goes into a big special effects bonanza. He looks like he's doing a very good job and is a perfect Hitchcock hero. And I also like Kirsten Dunst. I have mixed feelings about Kirsten Dunst as an actress. I think I admire that she tries to do really interesting work these days, post her, failed, turn in the Spider-Man franchise. Of course, she became one of the most disliked aspects of that, and people felt she was very poorly cast as Mary Jane. I would have to agree with that. And so she's a great example of how sometimes an actor will take the hits for a choice that's not their own, or how could she turn down the part of Mary Jane, right? I mean, even if maybe deep down she knew she wasn't right for it. But of course, she was in Melancholia, and she's just really working hard, I think, to show that she has respect for the medium and her craft. I don't know if she's the perfect Hitchcock blonde. I mean, she's definitely playing the Hitchcock blonde here, and I do regret that the trailer seems to give away some twists that might be in store for the end of the film. But with a Hitchcock thriller, or this Patricia Highsmith thriller, I guess more accurately, you never quite know what's in store. So I'm sure there are surprises left for us when we see the movie. Kirsten Dunst could be the weak link here. We'll see. But I like everybody here very much. I do like the ambiguity of the story and each character's motives. And I just love the sumptuous, cinematic look of the movie, which again, classic Hitchcock. So this looks extremely good to me. I'm curious to know what you think of it. Is this something you think that you would want to see in theaters? What do you think of this, not just as a directing debut for Hussein Amini, but also what do you think of this movie as a next step for the careers of Viggo Mortensen, Oscar Isaac, and of course Kirsten Dunst? Thank you so much for tuning in. Please write your thoughts down below, and you can check out some more episodes right now.